Hey, what's going on? We wanted to talk about the wall. Yes, the wall.
The wall.
Everybody's talking about the wall, right? So we're going to talk about our spiritual wall, okay? We want to make sure that we have a wall about us, not like keeping people out, but maybe some negative influences out. But
Definitely.
we want to guard against the world, the evil one, the devil, right?
Yeah.
So let's look at Nehemiah chapter 4 and just kind of go through that real quick. And hopefully you will be building a wall about yourself so you can be stronger.
So what's Nehemiah 4 about?
Oh yeah, that's right. So Nehemiah 4 is talking about the Jews building the wall, trying to, keep out the enemies, and the enemies are trying to destroy them, or trying to cause confusion and disrupt their building. And Nehemiah tells them to be strong, the Lord's with us. And so we'll look at that a little in deeper, and we'll start out
some scripture.
Yeah, we'll break down some scripture, and
right.
we'll look at it. All right, so Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 6, it says, "So we built the wall, and the entire wall was joined together up to half its height, for the people had a mind to work." So here we see that the people built the wall, and so they were aware that they needed to build a wall. And so they actually built one to protect themselves, protect their families from the enemies.
That's very important that you have a barrier. And another important part is that you have people that are willing to work around you to build that barrier. Like, you don't want to be the only one. Like, it's better, two.
Two is better than one.
Yes, thank you.
All right, next verse 8, It says, "And all of them," which is talking about the enemies, "conspired together to come and attack Jerusalem and create confusion."
Okay, well, my thoughts on this when I see this verse and hear confusion, I think about in the Bible when it talks about wolves in sheep's clothing, that you need to watch at all times. I mean, they can be out of the church or it can be in the church. There's always somebody who looks good, but really that's not really who they are. And God's always talking about worrying about the heart and where your heart's at. And then also the devil's prowling around like a lion. So you always need to be prepared.
Yep, seeking whom he may devour. So he's actively looking. And so there's enemies out there that's going to try to get you down, get your family down, whoever, and we have to be able to guard against that. But it's always going to be relevant every day.
Yes, every day is important to remember.
Then looking at verse 14, Nehemiah says, "Do not be afraid of them. Remember the Lord great and awesome, and fight for your brethren, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your houses." So here we see that he says, don't be afraid, okay? Even though that they're coming, they're trying to create confusion, don't be afraid. We need to be ready to defend for ourselves, our families, our brothers, sisters, your wives, whoever is close to you, we need to be ready to defend against them.
Right, and just speaking for ourselves, I think the thing that we would be worried about is our kids. Like, we talk about it all the time. Like, how do you prepare them to not get lost in every aspect of life? Financially, spiritually, most importantly, emotionally. It's so easy in this world when you're trying to live without God to get lost. That's why there's an important path to keep taking and stay on and stay consistent. So what would you do though, in a different sense, like trying to protect your mom? Like, would it be like open conversation or about the Bible, or what is the weapon? What is that?
Yeah, I think just trying to make sure we're in the Word, because that's what equips us. The Word is the sword, and he tells us that. So we need to make sure that we're in the Word, we're studying, because that's the best thing that we have to fight off. And also being around other people, praying, of course. And I think that's one of the biggest things is prayer, because, that's what God calls us to do. He wants us to talk to him. And so we think that sometimes it may not be, it's going to help, but in reality, that's probably one of the strongest things that we can do for our strength.
Right. It definitely gives me strength to pray often because it helps me feel and know that the Lord is present. That's a way for you to know at all times. Like you can just go talk to him anytime you want and know that he's listening. So that gives me strength, especially, sometimes even when you get scared going down the stairs or something, when it's dark or something, I be praying. Nobody's there all the time. But God gives me that comfort. He doesn't care what you come to him about.
Right. All right, in verse 17 it says, so that with one hand they worked at construction and with the other held a weapon. So here he's talking about they were multitasking. And I know we have a million things to do. And so I know you can multitask, but we need to make sure we have those priorities, making sure we have those priorities in order so that we can do what we need to do on one hand, and then the other hand, being able to defend if something comes our way.
Yes, with construction and weapon, I think you always need to be building your wall. You always need to be under construction because things are coming at you at all times, and it's just important for you to be ready. And with your weapon, you always need to be like in training and sharpening your weapon to make sure you're ready to fight.
Yeah, thinking of iron sharpens iron. Like I said, two is better than one. So if you have somebody there with you, be able to sharpen each other to make you stronger. I think that's the best thing that you can do. Then lastly, verse 20, it says, our God will fight for us. And this is probably the most strongest verse in this chapter, is remembering that God is on our side, that he's going to take care of us, and he's going to fight for us. We don't have to worry about anything else. Just remember that we put God first, and remember that he is on our side, and he's going to take care of us.
Definitely. God is the creator of all life. We have the opportunity to make our own choice, but in the end, God has created this world, and he sent Jesus, and he already defeated, death.
He's stronger than anything out there.
There's
so
nothing
that he can't overcome.
Yes.
So we should be the most happiest people on earth. We should be the ones that remember that we can do anything that we put our minds to because God's on our side. We can't fail. All right, so just to recap, make sure you build your wall to defend so that you're protecting yourself, your family, and that you can stay strong when the devil attacks. And remember that God is on your side. He's going to fight for you, and he is going to be with you till the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see y'all next time. Be the light.